I've got it all here.
Well, good morning, everybody. Morning, Dek.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm all right.
Good. Let's see. There's quite a few people joined us already. You might notice I'm actually at a villa in Lanzarote, and then Dek forced me to go. He's still at home. What's the weather like there, Dek?
Not the best. Quite cold. 4 degrees currently here.
I think we're about 25 today, but anyway, we'll go into that a little bit later. Morning, Richie. Morning, David. David's just recently joined the group. Thank you and welcome to the auction. Morning, Paula. What we got going there, I just said to Dek just before we went live that I've got absolutely nothing with me. I haven't got a pen. I haven't got anything.
No, I've got it all here. So we've got 10 fish for you today. Quite a few from a Fuji and then a couple of Marahiro fish. There was toe-side last year, but they are now all currently Nisai because they've all had the birthdays due to the time of year.
Yeah.
And then also what's happened is the winter grout fish are still on the website. So if you are looking for a nice shower or Sankey, you can head over to the website and there is some nice showers and Sankeys on the website.
Them showers was quite good. We rushed it a bit last week, didn't we? We didn't really promote it, but there's a few of them gone already. The Sankey look really good. The showers look good as well, but they in Pond 1, we popped them, didn't we?
Yeah, Pond 1.
But also when we was moving then, me and Dek realised some fish that we've got in the Afuchi pond are really, really good, aren't we? So
yeah.
I think you added a couple for the auction, haven't you?
Yeah, I think I've got 6 for the auction and then the rest are Marahiro fish.
Right, brilliant. Can't wait to get started. So, good morning, Derek, Richie, Neil. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Of course, there's Trevor, Hollow, Amigos. Anybody wants to go to Lanzarote, you want to be contacting Trevor. He's got an amazing villa here. There's 8 of us here at the minute. We've got KH Keith with us. We've got the champ Rob Rice with us, and also Craig's with us with the partner. So we're having a fantastic time. Thank you, Trevor, for that.
Right, I'll bring the first fish up. So first we are starting off with a Yamatanishiki, currently 16 centimetres from Afuchi. All starting bids are 75 today, and they can be held here until the 31st of March in our new Pond 7.
Yes, the new Pond 7. Of course, when we get home, we're going to be looking at Pond 6, aren't we? We're going to get that up and running.
Yep.
Ready for the next fish. The one thing we have noticed with the new ponds, the first fish that went into the new Pond 8 are absolutely thriving, aren't they?
Yeah.
Growing really, really happy fish. So anybody who wants to buy the fish now, of course, they can stay with us until the 31st of March next year. They're going to go into Pond 7. We're going to limit we're going to have a maximum number of fish in them ponds. And you can think of it as a bit of a grow out, really, can't you? In terms of we're going to feed them, look after them, and give them a bit of special elite koi love while they're with us. And, of course, enjoy them.
Yeah, every time I go up to the window, they're splashing me because they just want feeding constantly.
I think it's the window that makes the difference, Dek. I think the interaction that the fish have with you, suddenly we've taken them from a concrete pond that, let's face it, must be pretty boring for them when they're in there for a long time, and then we put the window in and they are like dogs wagging their tails at the window. Amazing to see. Anybody can call in and have a look at any time. If you've got fish in there, we will, from next week, I'll try and get the video over the pond so that you can see your fish. Right, Yamatanishiki, do we know what this one is?
Yeah, so it's from a Fuji, currently 16 centimetres.
Yeah, this one really stood out, didn't we, in terms of the colour, the pattern, very sharp pattern on it, great colour. A Yamatanishiki is a metallic Sankey. So you're looking at it's a Deutz metallic Sankey, I should say. So Deutz means that it's scaleless, although Deutz fish do have big scales on them sometimes. I think there's some running down the backbone of this one.
Yeah.
Look particularly good through a window, these fish. You can see it's metallic. If you look at the pectoral fins, they're solid in nature. So, yeah, Yamato Nishiki, we haven't seen many of these, have we?
No, it's one of them varieties. You get a couple trickling in and out, but you don't really see them in big batches.
No. They are a pretty stunning koi in terms of presence. I think it's because the colour and the pattern's so sharp on them. So, folks, £75 to get this one going. Remember, we won't be dropping the prices. Be quite happy to keep this one in Pond 7 until the end of March next year. Then when you see it again, hopefully, we might have a few more centimetres on it. If not for you, for us. Got a great body shape, great strong body. It's quite square, isn't it? Along the gills, running back down to the fins. It really has got a good show. So Richie's saying that would be good in a photo comp. Absolutely, these fish. Actually, you haven't been using any sedate, have you, Dek?
No, they've just naturally been swimming in a straight line, and I've been lucky to snap them up straight away. Yeah,
that image, you can see Richie's right in what he's saying, because the still image when it comes on, the fish is absolutely perfectly placed in the bowl. But that's something we found, isn't it, over the last 3 or 4 auctions, is that we don't really need to sedate them. We're just being a little bit more patient with them, and of course, it shows better when you're doing a little bit of a video as well, because the fish isn't zonked out a bit. It's just swimming normally. But yeah, keen looking fish. So David's saying pretty fish. Morning, Lee.
Yeah, very strong benny on this one as well. You can tell by the head.
Yeah.
How deep that benny is.
It's got that luster as well, hasn't it? That shine, that metallic shine to it. So nice fish, nice fish. So £75, folks. We're not going to let it go for too long. I believe there's some San Miguel's waiting in the fridge for me. Trevor left me a few in there as a welcome pack. Thank you very much. So,
is anyone interested? There's not a variety you really see on the auctions.
No, and I don't think, who was it who mentioned Richie? I don't think we've ever had a Yamato Nishiki in the photo show to date. My mind's racing back. I don't think we've ever seen one.
No.
So, good morning, Richard. So, should we let it play once more, Dek?
Yeah, we'll let it play once more, and then we'll call it.
There we go. A lot of you online. Thanks for joining us. I can see there's comments coming in from YouTube and Facebook, which is great. I'm actually in Lanzarote at the minute, Richard. Which there we go. Graham's opened us up at £75 on
YouTube.
Yamato Nishiki. So, yeah. So Yamato Nishiki, if it's one that you'd like to say, I always pronounce it Yamata Nishiki. To split it into 2, I always remember it from the Yamato battleship. Yamato Nishiki.
Yeah. It's one of them. If you say it too fast, it's like a tongue twister. You can't get it out properly.
Yeah, a real standout fish. I remember when I first started keeping Japanese koi, one of these was pretty quickly on my want list, just because of the colour and the pattern. They almost look like they've been tattooed on, as opposed to having the blur of the colours and that type of thing. So Richie's gone 76. So David's not been in today, but he's glad to join us. Absolutely, David. You know, if you have any problems looking around the koi auction house or anything like that, what we have got to say to everybody as well is that these fish that we show you on the auctions, we've got thousands of fish, very, very similar. So if there's something there, if you see something and you don't want to bid on it, it's always worth dropping us a message in it, Dek, particularly on WhatsApp, because we can go around, we can have a look in the ponds and the tanks. And we do sell fish in between auctions, of course. It's the auctions just gives us the opportunity to show you what we've got in the tanks when people can't get into the shop.
Yeah, it's just a small selection of what we've actually got in. to show you what we have.
Yeah. So we do have one in that Paul picked, a shower.
Yep.
A little bit later. So again, if anybody's at Elite Coin, you'd like to help us select the fish. Normally we do that on a Monday in terms of selecting fish for the auctions. Likewise, if you've got any fish that you'd like to see in the auctions, chuck them in the comments box, and then it just gives us something to look for when we're going round. So £76 with this one with Richie. Graham, if you're all done, let us know. Anybody else want to join in? This one isn't going to go for too long. Remember, at that price, it can stay with us until the end of March, which is for another 4.5 months. It's going to be kept at about 18 degrees, fed well, and looked after like all the other fish at Elite Koi. Hopefully, we will see some good development on these. Good morning, Andrew. I think all Graham's come back 77. So it's another holiday. You must be charging too much for these fish. I actually, in one of the bars here, Trevor's probably listening, there is a koi pond and there's a couple of koi in there. It'd be interesting to see if we could get some of our Elite Koi over here for that pond. It's pretty good. So there we go. So Richie's finished. It's with Graham at 77. I'll hand it over to you, Dek.
I'll just wait for Richie because I don't know if he was on about closing it when he was winning it. So call the hammer.
Oh, sorry.
You can just give us a thumbs up, Richie, or bid again so we know you are finished.
In terms of our waiting, Dek, you are available at the shop, aren't you? But the gate will be closed if anybody comes.
Yep, the gate will be closed. But if you're standing out there, if you just give a call to the business phone number scrolling across the bottom, we'll answer and let you straight in.
Yeah. So Richie's gone 78 now. It's back to you, Graham. So Richard's saying he's going to bring them over for you. So I think one thing that has become pretty clear over the last couple of years is the one thing that we really do like to do is travel, me and Tracy. So next year, guys, we've got Thibaut coming over to give us a workshop at the end of this month on Saturday the 29th. Thibaut also organises some small koi shows in the north of Holland, and I'm going to arrange some trips up there so we can support Thibaut and the hobbyists, the Dutch koi hobbyists up in their koi shows. You get a fantastic welcome from them guys. So I don't know if you've got a Dutch stamp on your passport, Neil, but maybe we can get one on there next year. And of course, anybody else who wants to come.
Yeah, just there, David. But yeah, I've seen that Richie's bidding. If it is a bit delayed, just make sure you refresh after a while to keep you caught up. Just waiting on Graham to either come back or give us a thumbs up, and then we'll move on to the next koi.
There we go. It has got a really bright, colourful head, this fish. The contrast colour there is pretty good.
When we was choosing the 50 to go out into another pond, I can't wait to dive into them and get them sorted through.
Yeah, there's some. And you had the first pick, didn't you? So Dek went first, picked 25. Then I went through, struggled to pick 25. And then we fed the ones that we hadn't picked, didn't we? And we thought, oh no, we've maybe picked the wrong 50. The fish are so good in this Afuchi pond. So Neil's up for the trip to there. Graham's finished. Thank you very much, Graham. Over to you, Dek.
So I'm going to say going once with Richie at £78, going twice, going 3 times, and that's sold to you, Richie, for £78.
There we go. Great stuff. Well done, Richie. Of course, they will stay with us. If you do want them, just let me know. If you let me know what temperature you're at and everything, I can condition the fish to come out to you. I know many of you do have your own grown ponds and that, so you may want them in your own ponds as opposed to leaving them with us. Either way, just let us know what you want to do when we send the invoice through. So David's saying well done. Now this was one of your selections, wasn't it, Dek? Was this one of yours? Yeah.
Just how deep that brown is, like a proper deep chestnut brown, and then how clean the grey is against it just makes it nice. And one of them, it just draws straight to my eyes.
It's got strong reticulation. So reticulation is the term that's often referred to in terms of that net-like pattern running across the fish. It's every scale's highlighted by a thin black line surrounding it. Of course, as the fish grows, that becomes more pronounced. The scale becomes bigger. That line doesn't become bigger, but it grows with the scale. It's an amazing illusion that the fish gives you of like having a net placed across the back of it. Colour, really good, like Dek says. Usually with a chiba, you normally tend to see this colour as you're moving in towards the autumn. It does roughly translate to autumn leaf fallen on the water. There's many different translations. That's the one that I always use. And when you're looking at these fish in a dark pond, if they're nice, slow and graceful, you get that illusion, don't you, of just the leaves, the autumn leaves being laid under the water. It looks fantastic. So David's asking, is it referred to fukurin? Fukurin it's slightly different, David. The fukurin is it's the border around each scale, but it's a border of skin. And usually you see it a lot in Yamabukis and Matsubas, where the skin just raises, it gives the scale a 3D effect, and it's almost as though it's in a picture frame of skin. I love to see fukurin on the fish, particularly big Yamabuki ogons. I think it really, like Tebow said, it makes each scale almost hypnotic.
We do have a Yamabuki in today's auction as well, so if we can notice it on the fish, we will point it out.
Yeah. It's a strong thing, and like Richard's saying, I'm good with me big words at the minute. Over the years, this is when you really look, or when I try and look now to see what I love about a Yamabuki ogon. It's not just the colour; it's this fine detail of things like the fukurin and things like that. And sometimes, if you can see it on a younger fish, you can imagine how that's going to improve as the fish matures and grows. So I think Dek's just checking the gate. £75 on this one. I can't start the video again. We'll just have to wait for Dek to come back. A Chiba Shigori, it is one of my favourites. I always think you're getting two fish for the price of one here, because you've got that beautiful brown, almost a rich red Chigoyish colour, and then you've got that beautiful grey skin of a Sorogoi. Really nice. I do like to see the colour in the pectoral fins on this one. I think that will continue developing, so it'll balance out on both sides of the fish. When the colour does come in the pectoral fins, it really does give the fish a balanced look and feel to it. So £75, folks. Yeah, so a Tosai Yamabuki ogon, just hitting 40 cm. It's a great size, possibly jumbo Tosai. I know this is something that Tebow is going to talk about in his workshop on the 29th, is jumbo Tosai and what makes a jumbo Tosai. And he's not going to tell you. He wants to ask people in their eyes what makes a jumbo Tosai. Is it age? Is it size? So that we can get like a common description of the term jumbo Tosai. If anybody wants to come along to that, it's going to be starting. We've got the Grand Champion event going from 11 o'clock. All the emails have been sent out now, so if you want to vote in that, then open up the email that we've sent you. Just choose your favourite fish to win that Grand Champion trophy. And this year we've got a beautiful piece of glass in a wooden case to present to the winner of the Grand Champion event. It's quite tight at the moment, so still worth chucking a vote in. Of course, we will be starting up the photo shows again next season. Following the Grand Champion event on the 29th, we've got Tebow. He'll be there for the Grand Champion event. He'll be doing his workshop from 3 o'clock. We're going to stop about 5 o'clock, have something to eat, and then we're going to have a bit of a social evening while the workshop continues here at Elite Koi. We do ask, it is open now to all Elite Koi Club members. If you'd like to join the membership, check the website. You can join the membership there. This is one of the perks of being an Elite Koi Club member. You can get face-to-face with a koi expert like Timo, who really does do a great workshop. Looking forward to that. There we go.
Bids on this one, so I'll bring this one to an end, and then if you do want to purchase it later on, it will be in Pond 7, or just get in contact with me and we can sort that out.
There we go.
So I'm going to say that one is unsold.
Yeah, so all the fish that don't sell, they're going into the pond anyway, aren't they, with the certificates? And for a short period, they will be available. So that event, yeah, there is going to be a team video in the event. We've done this once before and we did it live. We're just going to take the pressure off ourselves a little bit because Timo is a founder of the Koi Question magazine and he wants to push this out more across the UK as well. So it will become available on video. I just need to just stand over to you for a minute, Dek.
Yep, that's no problem. So here we are. We've got a Goshki from a Fuchi, currently 19 centimeters. What I like about this one as well, it is a 3-step Goshki. So you've got the head starting from the dorsal fin, and then it breaks off onto the tail tube, as you can just see there. So nice 3-step Goshki.
This one quite excited us, didn't it, when we found this one? Yeah. We spent quite a bit of time. We spotted it, and then we lost it, and we spotted it again. We finally managed to pin it down. Great pattern. And this is where you've got to see past what this fish is going to become. So where that skin is darkening up, that will hopefully continue. It's never a guarantee, but hopefully it'll continue, and that will become a beautiful black and red koi. You've got one of these, haven't you, Dek?
Yeah, I've got a Gimrin version, which is gone back jet black. It just got one rogue. Well, it is a Gimrin fish, but there's just one rogue Gimrin scale you can still see. See if I can find it and pull it up so I can show you what they can potentially come.
So hold up the something fishy. Yeah, Goshki, very, very technically. It's a variety that certainly, if you're showing, there's so much can happen with the development of the Goshki. I always think they just get better and better and better as they go on. So David's saying he wants one next year. This one, remember, if you do go for this one, £75, not a lot of money. The fish will come with their own identification certificate, of course. And £75, we keep that till the end of March for you. It's got a great body on this fish. Neil's opens up 75.
So this is my Goshki. This was in October 2022, and it is currently still like that. Through the summer, it does lighten up, but during the winter, it goes back jet black.
That is amazing, that fish. So that October 2022, obviously that fish won that photo show, hands down. And it got hijacked by a guy from Indonesia, didn't it?
Yeah.
Who claimed it was his own, the same image of the fish. But the fish is that good, I won't blame anybody for hijacking that and putting it on the profile picture. Just got to draw the line at trying to sell it. So, Colin, hi, Chris and Dek. I'm new to this hobby. Now let's call it the season, although I may not be. It's great to learn, so thank you. You're welcome, Colin. And this is all part of what we try and do at Elite Koi. Of course, it's helping with koi knowledge. What we really want to do is make you into great koi keepers. You're absolutely right, because anybody who does come into the hobby, the first thing I tell them is it's not a hobby, it's a disease. We always want more, bigger. I'm exactly the same. We've got 20 ponds now at Elite Koi, and we've got plans for another three moving forward into the future. So anything at all. There is the Elite Koi Club, which you can join, where you get discounts on products. There's a private Facebook group. But the most important thing, of course, of that is that you can pick up the phone anytime and give us a call, and we'll always make sure that we can keep you on the right track as much as possible. So there's a guy there. We had a guy who spent a fortune on a koi pond in his yard, and the possums ate them. Where's possums from? What country? Australia. Wow. Yeah. We believe it or not, we have the same problem in the UK now with otters. Otters get in the pond, and they will. Yeah. It's a nice, easy meal for a young male otter. Again, always worth protecting your pond. The other, I don't know if you have any issues with like herons or fishing birds. They tend to like the smaller koi, particularly koi this size. So you've got to keep them at bay for them. Bit of bidding going on. Jimmy's gone 80. Of course, Jimmy is the co-owner with Dek of that goshki that you've just seen. So Jimmy really does know how to spot a good goshki. It's got quite how many you got in the pond now, Dek?
About 5 or 6, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
There's one. The one you've just seen is the most developed, and then there's 2 or 3 more that sort of side we're still trying to develop, and then we've got a Deutsch goshki, which is still only 25 centimeters. With bringing on.
Yeah. So I remember, if anybody wants to have a look at that development of that particular goshki, if you go onto our blog page and search in goshki development, it should come up, and there's 3 images in there when it was purchased and when it a couple of months later, and then the way it is a couple of months later again on that image that showed. It's an amazing, and it happened so fast. It kind of like it came from nowhere, didn't it? It was It just happened. It's fantastic. So David's refusing to net so far. You know, if you've got any problems with herons, always a good idea. If you've got tall fences in the garden, is to get yourself some sea fishing line, monofilament fishing line, and zigzag it between the fence. Just make sure nobody's going to walk into it, because you can imagine what's going to happen there. Zigzag it across. The good thing about that is the heron won't come under it, but the smaller birds will still come into the garden. So it's a good deterrent. It's worked for people in the past. I'm pretty sure it'll work for you. It's definitely worth a try to keep the herons out. You'll know, because you'll see a heron sat watching your pond from outside the garden, but they won't come in. So you know you've cracked it if they won't come in. So Jimmy, £85.
Andrew's give us a thumbs up. We're just waiting on Neil to come back in or give us a thumbs up. Yeah, it'd be really interesting to see what this one does. Why we hold it.
I think the other thing that we've noticed on these over the years as well is that the red looks like it's been painted on afterwards. We call that floating Benny, and it looks like it's just sitting on the surface layer of the fish. Yeah, so large structure, mirrored balls, and a heron deterrent machine. I've seen them balls where they come and they've got the predator's eye on them, and allegedly they use them in the space race technology. They use them for keeping the birds away from the spaceships when they were launching and landing. I don't know how true that is. So Jimmy's gone 87. I think the pattern actually really complements the fish and the body shape, doesn't it? It's kind of like your eyes just flow straight along the body of the fish.
Neil's gone 88.
Now remember, if you are coming along to the workshop, and if you've got any certificates or you've got any pictures of your fish from Elite Koi, bring them along, and we can ask Thibaut about how he thinks the fish are going to develop. I'm hoping Paul Mack's going to be there as well, so you can have 2. We'll call them professional judges in terms of what they see in fish. Always an interesting conversation with both of them. So Wayne saying, I'm loving how these develop over time and significantly darkened over the last winter, but kept the vividness of the red. That's what happens with them. The red it looks like it gets stronger. It looks like it's been lacquered up after the fish. What we do tend to find is that the sumi, it responds better to like cooler water temperatures. So your blackness in the fish may increase when the water temperature is cooler, and then when there's a lot of heat in the ponds in the summer, it may just fade away again.
Morning, Rob.
There's Rob. Is he in the pool yet? No, he's not quite in the pool.
So Jimmy's gone 89 on this Goshki.
So it's pretty interesting that this, you can't see what I can see, but I can see Craig, Rob, Keith and Sue, they're all on the phones watching the auction. I'll let you know if we get a thumbs up from them. Neil's gone 90. Got a great shape. That I'm just looking for reaction from the audience. What do you think to the shape of that one, Keith? Oh, looking at cars. All right. Craig's watching. You might give me a thumbs up. What do you think to the shape of that one, Craig? Jimmy's gone 95.
Good morning, Terry. Thanks for joining. Good morning, Steve.
What size is that one, Dek?
It's 19 centimetres.
19 cm. So the average size at the moment is probably 20 cm. I think with a body shape like that, it's going to do well with that little bit of extra space, food and warmth. It's going to do well throughout the winter. So there's Keith. Good morning, Keith.
Morning.
Neil's giving us a thumbs up.
Yep, so is with Jimmy at 95. I'll start calling this one down now. Everyone is done, so I'm going to say going once with Jimmy at 95, going twice, 3 times, and that one is sold to Jimmy. Well done, Jimmy.
I thought you was going to burst into song then, Dek.
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah. You just said.
So Rob's just popped. He's at the bar. There we go. This fish was a request, wasn't it, Dek?
Yes. There is a bid on this fish with Craig at £78.
So £78. Now this is, I believe this is Marahiro shower.
Yep, Marahiro show. Currently 21 centimetres.
Yeah. So this is the same fish that would be in the grow out. If you bought this in the grow out, you'd be looking at £175, wouldn't you, to keep it in that environment to the end of March. So absolute bargain there with the starting price of £78 with Craig. Paul had asked for this one, but I think I know why he's asked for that. It's that pattern, isn't it, on the head?
Yeah. What I like about this one, it's more like a he show as well. It's more predominantly red and black. And you do have a bit of white on it, but yeah, I like the more predominantly red and black on the shower.
Yeah, that is that pattern is very, very desirable. And then you show a nice head pattern like that.
It's like it's got a mask.
So again, Dek?
It's like it's got a mask.
Yes.
On the head.
Yeah. So Neil's gone 80. Again, this is half the price of what you'd pay for one in the grow out. One of the perks of being on the auctions, of course. But great body shape. The red's very vibrant, and a lot of people ask for really red showers. And what we found with Marahiro koi is the red, it really is red. It tends to intensify as they develop, as opposed to some fish, they'll pale off. We've not noticed that with the Marahiro ones. So Craig's gone £90.
Is he already on the drink, Craig, if he's bidding?
No.
No?
They're all sat sunbathing. They've all got the factor 15s on.
Neil's gone 95.
It's quite a bizarre feeling, this, me being sat here doing the auction, watching the Dek back there at Elite Koi. Yeah, it's quite an experience. But yeah, I mean, that show is fantastic, isn't it? It's really, really nice. I think in terms of, you're just going to see this grow. I don't think there's going to be a great deal of white skin on it. If it stays that little bit that's on the body there, as the fish grows, of course, that will grow with the fish. So you'll end up with more white skin, if that makes sense. The volume of it will grow with the fish's volume. So Craig's gone 110.
Just missed out there, Graham and Paul. It is with Craig at 110.
Yeah. And of course, this one will stay in pond 7. The other ones, if anybody wants to look at the shows in the Sankey, they're on the website. They're listed under winter koi grow out. We do have some Black Friday deals coming for you over the weekend. I think there's 15% off a lot of things on the website, including fish, but the winter grow out fish aren't included in the 15% off. Other fish are. So have a look at the website. I'm not even sure. There might even be 15% off the Elite Koi Club membership. I'm not sure. I'll have to check that one out, Dek.
Yeah, I'll have to have a look, see what's been discounted.
So, Paul, I wish we was in the warm and not in this cold, don't you, Dek?
It's not too bad in the shop.
I bet that eating's been turned up since I've been gone.
No, I left it where you set it. I haven't touched it.
So Paul's gone 120 because Paul picked this one out. Do you recognise the fish, Paul? This is the one when you was there a couple of weeks ago that we pulled out for the auction for you. Again, the shape of it just looks right, doesn't it?
Yeah, going off the body shape, it's going to be a big fish. I think it's about 4 degrees here, Rob, when I checked earlier. Nothing compared to Thursday, though, when it was snowing.
Mm. Yeah, we was lucky. We managed to get away. No snow on the ground.
So we're just waiting on Graham and Craig. If you are finished, if you give us a thumbs up, we can get this one moved on.
It's on 120 with Paul. 140 with Craig, please, Dek. He's crashed. His phone's crashed. 2 hot. 2 hot. So 140 with Craig here in Lanzarote.
There you go, 140 with Craig.
Yeah, something that special about that fish. Your eyes really drawn to it.
Yeah, some of you might think the Sumi is a bit washed out. It's just because it's in a blue bowl. And what we know with Sumi, when it goes into a blue bowl, it does intend to fade out quite a bit.
Yeah. That's an interesting thing with fish, isn't it? Certainly with Shiros and things like that. You put them in a blue bowl and that Sumi can fade out on them. We've actually witnessed it while the fish has been in the bowl, haven't we? It's gone from strong to kind of like faded out with like a greyish colour. So Paul has agreed, look, the pattern is outstanding. That head pattern is pretty special on this fish. It's like a lightning strike coming straight down the middle into the nose. Looking at it, I don't think there's much more black or Sumi to come through on it. I think it's the pattern is more or less, you're seeing what the pattern's going to be now.
Yeah, I think the pattern's set. It's just waiting for it to thicken up and then just it's just going to stand out.
But of course, Showers, they're a powerful looking fish. This is the way that the breeders want them to, like to make them with deep bodies, thick tail tubes, thick muscles on them. They'll never be quite as long as a Sankey or Kahaku, but they, in terms of strength, they look like a really, really strong fish. That's the illusion that the breeders are trying to create with the Showers.
So Paul and Graham have finished, so I will start calling this one. It is with 140 with Craig, and I'm going to say going once. going twice, going 3 times, and that's sold to you, Craig. Well done.
That one's yours, Craig. They're not looking, they're too busy watching. So cracking fish. I'm trying to remember what else we had in there. I'm pretty excited to see what comes up. Any fish that you'd like to see in future auctions, folks, put them in the comments box and we will. Oh, yeah, we have to have the Yamabuki Ogun, didn't we? I think we had 3 in the bowl, didn't we, before we decided on this one, Dek?
What do you say?
I think we had 3 of these in the bowl before we decided on this particular fish. Yamabuki Ogun, David, you can see the fukering on there. That's the crisscross of scales. If you look at the backbone of the fish, you can see it's like a crisscross of skin on the around the scale. Very, very strong in these young Yamabuki Ogans. That for me, I love a big Yamabuki Ogun. I think we've got quite a few requests in for the Japan trip for Yamabuki Ogans. Funny enough, I'm going to be looking for fish about the same size as what you've got, David. 40 centimetre, 2-year-old fish, maybe 40 to 50 centimetre. For me, it's the consistency of the colour in the Yamabuki Ogun. You want it the same on the tip and nose as what you do going into the tail. I don't know if Paul's still watching. But Paul actually took a Yamabuki Ogun that it looked like it was turning white, and he took it away, and the colours come back so intense in the fish. The one thing with it was, though, the consistency of the colour was the same. So where it was a little bit patchy, it was right throughout the fish. Really interesting fish to look at. Look at the pectoral fins on this one. So big, round, circular pectoral fins. I think the Gin Matsuba that came first in the metallic in the photo show, that had big, beautiful round pectoral fins. Yeah, I think that was the first thing that you saw on the image of the koi, which was funny enough, Trevor's.
So this Yamabuki is currently 19 centimeters from Marahiro. We know Marahiro does a good Yami because if you've ever been to the shop, you would have seen a big one out in Pond 10.
Yeah, big brute. And that's interesting. I'll do a video when we get back on the feeding and on that Yamabuki for you guys. You know that fish has been fed the same amount of food right throughout the summer since it came in February. That pond with the elite collection in, they get 6 short feeds a day, and they're still growing, aren't they? They're still growing in size, in body, in volume. Just a nice, consistent amount of food throughout the year. £75, folks.
Absolute steal, that price, especially with how big the body is.
Now, don't wait for one of these in a grow out, because we learned our lesson on the black magics, didn't we?
Magics, yeah.
Yeah, if we had 30 or 40 or 50 of these in a grow out, trying to identify each one might be a bit mind-boggling.
It's not too bad when we do a mixed grow out, because we can always put one in there, but when it's a set variety, we know not to go for a single coloured koi.
I think the same again with yammies, you know, they do tend to, single colour koi, they do tend to like put some size on quite effortlessly. Certainly once you get them thinned out a little bit and give them a little bit of individual care and attention. But the fins on that one are absolutely beautiful. They just beautiful. And I suspect, looking at them fins.
Yep, so an email did go out, Keith, so you can vote on the Grand Champ.
Yeah, check your spam, Keith, if you haven't received it. You should have received it if you get your receipts from us and your invoices. It will be there. Just check the spam folder. Might we be able to send it out again for anybody who questions? Dek will have a look at that, Keith.
Yeah, I'll have a look.
Yeah, check your spam folder first.
All we do ask is you don't keep voting on the same fish, because the votes will just be removed.
Yeah, yeah. So has there been much response this week, Dek, on the votes?
I haven't checked it this morning, but I will check it after. I know we was up about 70, something like that when I last checked.
Yeah. I see the individual winners of the categories have been posted on Facebook. So again, you can have a look and refresh yourself on the Elite Coin Ponds Facebook page as to the winners of each category. Outstanding fish this year for the photo shows. Really, really good. Everybody's done really well in getting them images in. It's going to be a tough one to call in terms of who's going to get that trophy at the end of the on the 29th of November. So I think
us up at 75.
I think we should end it and let Graham have it.
Yeah. I'm going to say going once, twice, 3 times, and that's all to you, Graham. Well done.
There you go, Graham. Well done.
Let me just pull the next one up so we're not.
So Scott's got his vote in. It's a tricky one. I was speaking to Rob yesterday, and this is one of the reasons why the Elite Koi team don't directly get involved in the judging and the voting of the fish, because in our eyes, everyone's a winner, really. I think just the fact that you've put an image in, taking the time to enter the photo show, says a lot. Says a lot to us. So I think you all deserve of a trophy. There we go. This is special, isn't it?
Yeah, this one's quite unique. We haven't seen many this season. Kimazuo Ogon from Marahiro, currently 16 centimeters.
Yeah, I think
just
a modern. Sorry, I think a modern.
That key is. It's just.
Yeah. If you had to give this fish a modern name, what would you call it?
I don't know.
I think I might be tempted to say a yellow dragon or a golden dragon.
Golden dragon, yeah.
It's got that like tiger stripe going down the back of it. It's the scales, them dark scales, the sumi filled in scales on the back are very, very pronounced. That is a living piece of art. That Keith's put nice zipper. This is what we call it. If it was a shizui, then that row of scales running from the head into the tail, we would call a zipper line. When you're looking at that, you're looking for, like, certainly when it hits the dorsal fin, you want to see nice symmetry in the scales either side of the dorsal fin. Pretty rare fish, this. We had one in from the Japan trip back in 24.
We had a few, didn't we?
Yeah. Did you get a Kimazuo?
Yeah, mine's orange. Mine's orange.
Yours orange. Yeah. So yeah. Just a traditional Missouri.
Good size one.
Yeah, yeah. And the other one that we found in 2004 was a white one, a Shiroji Missouri, which is I've not seen one since. So these fish, David's asking, is it gold or yellow? I mean, what do you think, folks? You tell us. I think he's right there. Maybe it's a golden dragon, maybe more correct for this fish. It's certainly, yeah, I'd say golden.
Yeah, I would say golden. Looking at it on the video, yeah.
Yeah, good observation, David. But again, the body, everything's perfectly in proportion. With fish this size, you never, if you want a fish that's going to reach 70, 80 centimetres in length, this probably isn't the fish for you. But I always think if you can get a fish like that to 50 centimetres, you're going to have something with a bigger presence in the pond than something that's a metre, say like a Chagoi. That is just going to be, it's going to look awesome, that, with the sun hitting it.
So he's 75 to get this one going. All right, so I won't mind if this one doesn't sell. We'll keep it, grow it on. See what it comes out at the end of March.
Yeah, definitely. So don't let it go too long then, Dek. Let it go round again.
Yeah, I'll let it go round again, and then I will call this.
There we go. Collins opened it up at 75. So this fish will sell now. That is pretty special. And I think as well, the other thing with that, when you get that in the sunlight, that golden colour is just going to intensify even more.
Or we do ask, if you are joining us for the first time, if you can get in contact with us with the email or the phone number scrolling below, so I can contact you for your email address if you do win one today.
Yeah, very, very nice, very special, pretty unique. There's a lot of popularity around Aragoki fish at the moment. And Aragoki, it's not the name of the variety, it's the term that we use for an irregular scale pattern. So in many ways, you're looking at an Aragoki here, certainly from above. I don't think it's got them apple-sized scales down the dorsal line running down the middle of the fish. But that looks pretty impressive from above for sure.
So it's
Nitro Dave's gone 78. That's a good name, isn't it? Nitro Dave.
Yeah, it'd be good to see this one at about 50 centimeters. Be a good photo entry as well, because I don't think we've had many.
No, in the metallic category, that, yeah, for sure. And of course, the photo shows the size is irrelevant. You want the best image that you can get of that fish. Showcase it as well as you can. Colin's gone 80.
At some point, we will have to do a video on how I do my photographing, just to let everyone learn.
Yeah.
So,
definitely. And if you do need any tips, Dek's always available at the shop. I think the main thing with photographs is patience, isn't it? You've got to be patient. You've got to take the time.
yeah, if you're trying to rush through it, you'll never get it, and it will just stress you out even more.
Yeah. So, Colin's gone £80. So I think our first photo show next year is going to be at Easter, which I do believe is about April the 5th or 6th. I'm sure somebody will put me straight in a minute. So you would have time to get these fish shipped or collected at the end of March, and you could actually get these fish straight back into the photo show as you're shipping them. As you take them out the bags and add them to the pond, grab a quick picture of them, take your time, get a really good picture of them, and then you've got your photo show entry ready for April. Send it back into Dek or myself, and then we're going to do the same again, aren't we? Same 3 photo shows.
Yep.
Spring, summer, and autumn, and then at the end of next season, we'll have the Grand Champion event again. So there's been 2 to date. We've had Simon O'Hara won it with a. Can you remember what it was? It was Goshki, wasn't it?
Benny Kamunru.
Benny Kamunru. Rob Rice, who sat there. We might not be able to get his head out that gate again, Keith. He came first last year with a beautiful Shiro Utori, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Stunning fish. It's all up for grabs, this one, so make sure you get your votes in. Tony's just saying hard pick for Grand Champion, 12 stunning koi. It really is a tough one.
So it is, we're calling up 90. We do have 4 more fish for you after this one, and one of them does have a proxy bid on.
So proxy bid, Dex just mentioned the proxy bid. If you see anything in the koi auction house, guys and girls, that you like the look of, unable to meet to come onto the auction on the Saturday morning, you can give us a call and leave us a proxy bid. We'll show you how that works when we get onto it. But effectively, we bid on your behalf. We never max the fish out. We just bid in line with how the auction's going. So I think the last 2 proxy bids, the guy's got them at half of his proxy bid, hasn't he? Because nobody was bidding. So don't miss out on a fish if you can't join the auction.
Yeah, it's the only thing we ask for, David, is if you are entering into the photo shows, it's one of our koi, what you purchase from us.
Yeah, that's all we ask, David, is that it's been purchased from Elite Koi Ponds. And this way, you know, we're building a bit of a database in terms of the fish, because we've got the images for the fish with certificates going all the way back through the years. And in some instances, you'll see as we move into next season, you'll see development pictures of the fish that are coming in, being sold as Tosai, and then, of course, entering the photo shows now. So everybody can see a development plan of the fish going through.
So David's going to give us a thumbs up. So it is with Colin up 90. And I'm going to say going once with Colin, going twice, going 3 times. And that's all to you, Colin. Well done.
Yeah, well done, Colin. You've got something really, really special there. I can't say that we've had anything quite like that in an auction before. Not of that quality. So here's one for you. That you've got to see into the future of this fish. You've got to look how this fish is going to develop, and there's some tantalising clues there already as to how it's going to develop. Ginrin Azagi.
He's 19 centimeters from Marahiro.
Yeah, so there's a couple of features on this fish, a couple of characteristics that you really do want to see in Azagi. Now, you've got to remember that the red develops in these as the fish matures, and we've just sold an Azagi from Pond 10 that when it came, it was a 3-year-old fish and it had no red on it whatsoever, and it's just gone to its new forever home, and the red's really starting to power through. Now, keep that in mind, that was at 3 years old. This one is one of this season's toe size, just turned 2 years old, but look at that beautiful patch of bright red on this near side gill plate as you're looking at the fish at the minute. That is a clue that the red's going to build and it's going to spread all the way through this fish. Other characteristics that I really like about it is if you look at the back, between the back of the head and the front dorsal, you'll see that the colour, the black, is just coming in each individual scale. And that will continue to happen through the scales on the back. So you're going to be left with, I would say, Fukuin effect. It's not quite Fukuin, it's a Matsuba effect, which is really, really strong. And this one, the Ginrin, it's got it all.
Very strong Ginrin.
It's got absolutely everything going for it, this fish. Well worthy of investing a bit of time and effort into. If you do bid and buy this one, it can stay with us until the end of March. I know I'll certainly be interested to watch this one develop and see how it comes on. We've been sharing some images of some Azagi here at the villa this morning of ones that have been sold in the Elite Koi auctions, and these fish are quite something special now. In terms of this one, it's very similar to the one that I left Azakari in every fact except for the Ginrin. The one that I purchased and left as Azakari wasn't Ginrin. Got some great news for you folks. That fish is coming back to us early December, so it's going to be in the UK early December. I can't wait to show that one.
Yeah, I can't wait to photograph it.
Yeah.
Even though Azagis can be a bit of a pain to photograph, but I'm excited to photograph that one.
I'm just going to say, I not like you to want to photograph an Azagi deck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the only thing this one's missing is butterfly. It's got everything else. So longfin. We do have longfins. You know what, Dave? I can't remember ever seeing a longfin Ginrin Azagi. I'm sure they exist.
I think we have.
Have we?
Yeah. It might have been beginning of the season when they first originally went into the tank. There was one in there.
I'll have to. Chris is just saying, yeah, Azagi, a fish with attitude. The other ones that we always dread photographing is yellowfish. Yamabuki's, Karashigois, they just seem to have this nutty trait. Can you imagine one crossed with an Azagi? I think you'd have to have it double netted.
Yeah, or double sedated.
Fascinating thing, of course, about Azagi is these were the first koi, Japanese koi, with colour that were captively bred, and it's like Nagata's considered the homeland of Japanese koi. So these fish were spotted in Nagata, and they were selectively bred to be what you see now. And when you think, it's quite mind-blowing when you think that every koi variety is going back to this one. Well, it was the common carp, wasn't it? But this Azagi, it's an amazing thought process. Happened over many, many years.
All right, I am going to call this one, and I'm going to say going once, twice, 3 times, and that one is unsold.
We'll still get to see it develop, Dek.
Yeah. Bring it on a bit, and then we can just show you the progress from now until March.
Yeah. So here we go. Next up, Sancho. Wow, that's similar to the other fish that we've done, haven't it, in terms of body?
Yeah. So it is a Tancho from a Fuchi, currently 19 centimeters. Just how big that body is makes it look even bigger in the bowl.
Yeah, it's so clean as well, isn't it? The Shiroji, nice and white. Head just slightly off whitish. This is a trait that you'll see in younger fish. As the skin thickens, it will become whiter. But that's not a bad Tancho spot either, is it? In terms of size, it's a really good size. Just slightly over to one side, but it's a natural spot, which is pretty good. Yeah, it's great body shape, great spot. Of course, that Tancho spot it signifies the rising sun on the Japanese flag. So these fish are pretty well respected and revered in Japan.
Yeah, when I first see it in the Fuchi pond, I knew I had to have it for the auction.
Definitely. What size is it, Dek?
It's 19 centimeters.
19 cm, so great body shape on it again. I think this one's going to do pretty well in the environment that we've set up for it.
Yeah, this was the first one up to feed this morning when I was feeding, when I got here.
And of course, the other thing as well that we should mention, of course, is you can buy these fish with confidence, because if they are to perish by the time collection comes up or they're shipped out, we will give you a credit note for the fish. You're not going to be out of pocket if we do anything wrong while the fish is in our care.
Surprised no one snapped this up for 75.
Nice, 75 quid for a Tancho. Very surprised.
One thing I can't wait to do, though, is get through pond 11, start pulling out some of them stashed fish.
Yes. Yeah, we put some a few months ago now, didn't we? We selected some for Christmas auctions and Christmas Eve auctions and all sorts. We've got quite a few fish in there. We'll have to bring some out for the auctions then.
Yeah.
Again, if anybody's got anything on the wish list, post it in the comments. We'll have a look round and see what we can pull out the ponds for you. As said, we've got 20 ponds at Elite Koi. We've got lots and lots of fish to show you. I think sometimes we get stuck when we're selecting fish on what we would select ourselves, don't we? And we kind of like, when you're looking at koi, everybody's got their own eye. Everybody will see something unique in every fish. That's one of the beauties of koi.
That's a beautiful one.
Yeah. It's fair comment, David. You know, this is... could you imagine the value of the fish, though, if that spot was dead centre as well? So
yeah.
you wouldn't be starting at a £75 starting bid on a fish with a dead centre spot.
So it is with Richie at 76, just waiting for Neil. Neil's jumped in at 77.
David, but that also makes them incredibly pricey. I think, I mean, this is, again, it's one of the beauties of koi. Everybody keeps koi for their own personal reasons. What's right for one person isn't always right for somebody else. I love to see people selecting them, because they'll say to me, I don't know if it happens to you, Dek, well, you pick me one. I'm like, my taste would be different to yours. A good way of picking koi is if you're confronted with a pond full of fish and you're not sure what to pick, you just keep your eye on the first fish that you notice twice, and that one will be saying something to you subconsciously. Another good way of doing is get half a dozen that you spot twice into a bowl, and then you can discard the rest of them and just narrow that choice down to what you've got in the bowl in front of you. And I would never select the one that I like. I would always select the ones out that I definitely don't want. So you narrow it down from 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And if you can't make up your mind when you get to 2 and 1, then flick a coin, because it's probably going to be the easiest way of picking it. Oh, like Keith says, buy both. Yeah, you've done that before in the past, haven't you? More than once. But this is the fascinating thing about this hobby that we're involved in. It's it's so deep in terms of what you're dealing with. You're dealing with live creatures, beautiful live creatures at that. So pretty intelligent fish as well. So Neil's gone 80, David's just agreeing in terms of the body shape. I think we had a time show in a couple of weeks ago, and the first thing that was noticeable was the body, wasn't it? It was such a...
Yeah.
And this fish is very similar. The first thing, I don't necessarily look at the spot, I just look straight into the body to see how powerful. I like a fish to portray or give the illusion of power and grace. Like it's pumped up, but it's swimming really gracefully.
So here's Neil at £80, waiting for Richie. There's only 2 more to go after this one. We have a Kahaku and a Budo Gromo.
Ooh.
Yeah, just how deep that body is. Bringing that on ourselves. Once that leaves, I think people are going to be shocked with the amount of size it's put on.
Yeah, definitely. And when we get back next week, Dek, we'll get the other device up, and then we show the guys and girls all the fish in ponds 8 and 7 and pond 1 during the auction.
Yeah.
So hopefully all the videos are kept up on YouTube, so you could always go back and look through them. Excuse me, slow them down and see if you can spot your fish while it's with us. Ideally, come along and have a coffee, and then we can have a good look at them. The only thing that I am reluctant to do is we won't bowl them from the grow-out ponds. It's not fair on everybody else's fish. So you can only view them. We'll give you a little bit of food. You can feed them, but we don't like to get the net in the water unless it's absolutely necessary.
Needed. Yeah.
So the net, it does cause a little bit of stress in terms of, like, when you're looking at them fishing pond 8 at the minute, they are just so happy. You won't want to put a net over them to make them flinch or feel threatened in any way.
So Richie's give us a thumbs up. So it is with Neil, £80. I'm going to bring this one to an end.
There you go, Neil.
I'm going to say going once with Neil, going twice, going 3 times, and that is all to you, Neil. Well done.
Yeah, well done, Neil. That one, at least when you've got to pick your own fish out when you come back up to Elite Koi, you'll be able to spot that one dead easily. Cracking fish. Thank you, Neil. So what we've got next, I feel like I don't know what's coming next. I've got that. Oh, yeah. Now I remember. This one really stood out to us as well, didn't it, Dek?
Yeah.
Was that
So it is a Fuji fish, currently 19 centimeters.
No. pretty interesting, the Fuchi Kahaku. There's quite a lot of fish in there. The colour seems stable, doesn't it? The colour hasn't changed. It's nice and it's stable in terms of the shade of the red. Sometimes you can look at a fish and you can know which breed it's from just by the hue of the benny or the red.
Yeah, it's like each breeder's got their own set benny development. So
yeah, like their own genetic makeup of the colour. This one we was particularly taken by the 3-step pattern, wasn't we?
Yes.
And the white nose and the white skin, very, very clean looking fish. You always got to remember as the fish grows, the skin thickens, it becomes whiter. So the contrast between the two colours gets larger, it gets more visual as you're watching. But it's got quite big shoulders, this fish as well.
What I like about it as well, it's divided the head up as well, so it's not in all one colour. You've got the tip white nose and then the benny starting from the eyes going backwards. Yeah,
nice koi. So £75. Remember, all the fish in the auctions do come with their elite koi. I don't think certificate. Of course, we use these for tracking the fish through the shop, but then in Pond 7, where these fish are at the minute, all them certificates are already in the folder, so we know whose fish is whose just by glancing through the folder.
Yeah, so if you do come down and look at them and you can't remember which exactly one it is, you can just flick through the folder, find it, and look for it.
£75. A Fuchi Kahaku. Blue eyes. I think that'd look pretty good through a window in terms of that belly, that middle belly or red plate is going to lift as the volume of the body grows, as the volume of the koi goes like this, that will raise up with it as well. So it's going to be sat more on top of the head.
Yeah,
you may get the illusion of more white skin on the fish, or it be more of an island on top of the white. Again, one that if anybody's coming along to see Tebow, a really good question to ask him is the proportion between the eyes and the nose and how he draws a triangle to indicate how the growth of the fish over a long period is going to change. So the head stays in perfect proportion to the rest of the body when it grows.
That's not a problem, Colin. If you just contact me on the number below, I'll answer it once I finish the auction or when I get to it if I'm not busy.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, Colin. Thank you to everybody else who's joined us as well. I think this one's unsold there.
Yeah.
Remember, if you do change your mind, or if indeed you're watching this video on catch up, if you're watching the recording, you can always contact us on that number at the bottom during our shop hours, which are 10 till 4:30. We'll say 10 till 4 because we are closing a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
And then Dek will sort you out with these fish. Spot on.
So no interest in this one, so I will bring this one to an end.
I thought Keith just put a bid in there. He lifted his foot up. Yeah.
I'm going to say going once.
The photo showed, isn't it?
Going twice. Going 3 times. And that one is unsold.
So well done. Remember, it is still available. You can still get hold of us and purchase that fish. Likewise, we've got hundreds of fish there. So if you're not seeing what you like in the auction, or if you like something that's sold, we may have something that's pretty similar stashed away somewhere.
So we do have a Budo Gromo from a Fuji, currently 18 centimeters. This one does have a proxy bid on, so I will open it up with a proxy.
So there we go. So Bob's got it at £75. That's the opening. bid. If anybody bids, we will let you know. If you get past the proxy bid, if the proxy bid's exhausted, then we'll let you know in terms of that. So it's with Bob at 75, Richie. Again, very, very strong body. Interesting pattern on this fish. I don't know if there's a little bit more of that that burgundy colour to come through. If you just look on the spine there may be a little bit of colour underlying there. So there may be some development to come in terms of this pattern. I think what will really make this fish stand out is when that skin thickens and it becomes whiter. Again, it's about the contrast, isn't it?
That's what I was looking at. I was like, I don't know if there's more colour to break through towards the tail end or not.
Interesting. What do you think, Keith?
I like them, yeah. I would like the back of that tail that's going to come out there.
Yeah. But the actual tail tube right at the very back of the body as it goes into the tail, it's white, isn't it? It's pure white. So, yeah, this is going to be an interesting fish to really watch develop. Whoever gets it, hopefully, will see it back in the photo shows. And again, this is what it's all about, folks. Is like you've got the opportunity here not to only just follow your own fish, but then follow other fish that you may like if your pond's full, and you can still see how they're developing in terms of everybody else's.
So it is 85 with a proxy.
Got quite a playful nose on it, like a button nose that runs into the whole top lip.
Yeah, just the colouring as well. The nice burgundy colour, nice and deep on the body.
Of course, I think Budo Gromo refers to grape. I think it translates to grape Budo. Yeah, solid meaty body. It was a female. It's really, really hard at this age to be accurate with a sexing. Be an interesting one, that, David. Maybe it's one that next year we may know more on. I'm leaning towards male purely on the shape of the pectoral fins. Yeah,
more streamlined and not round adder.
Yeah, but it's kind of like it could be anybody's guess. I'd only put a 50% certainty on that. So I guess I'm sitting on the fence. If I'm putting 50% on it, it could be one or the other.
Yeah, it's why we never guarantee the sex. We always on the certificate. Yeah. Well, no, it's no longer on the certificate, is it? We used to put unknown.
Took it off, really. I mean, it's a great thing, and usually if you do want to sexy coys, they get just a little bit bigger, particularly in the spring. If you've got them in the bowl for photograph or doing scrapes for whatever reason, you may have them in the bowl. If you very gently run your thumb down the gill plate and across the very fore part of that pectoral fin, if you feel any tiny grains there, any tiny bumps, you can be pretty confident that you've got a male in front of you. If you look at the vent and it's more of a dent as opposed to protruding on the vent, again, you maybe's looking 70-80% at a female. If you combine the two, so if you've got a smooth gill plate, a nice big round pet fin, you can't feel any lumps on that forepart, roll the fish over gently. If you've got an inverted vent, then I would start saying 85% that you're looking at a female.
So Dave's give us a thumbs up. We're just waiting on Richie. There again, another photo entry here, because you don't really see many Budo Gromos either.
No. Do you ever enter yours?
No, I got 3 of them. Entered one.
Never entered one.
Yeah, I did right from the beginning.
Did it win?
No. The special mentions.
A special mention, so yeah.
Special mention.
Yeah. So of course we do get honourable mentions as well when the fish is really good, but just it's probably fair to say that something just a little bit better. The guys Paul and Thibaut will always give you some good honest feedback on the fish.
So Richie's give us a thumbs up. We're just waiting on Craig to come back.
It's certainly got a presence, that fish. It's got like a mask over each eye as well, hasn't it? It's
Yeah.
definitely one that we need to see back.
Yeah, see how it develops. See if there's actually more colouring to come through on that tail, or if it's just going to whiten over time.
Yeah, nice koi. So it's 125 with the proxy bid. Craig, if you're all done, give us a thumbs up.
This is the last one for today.
You're going to have to let it play till the end, Dek.
Yep, and then I will start calling it.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Nice show, Dave. Thanks, guys. It's great. I can't wait to get back, of course, next week. Next week, I won't have a clue. Dek will be selecting early in the week, won't you, for next week's auction?
No, we're not doing one. Don't forget, we've got the photo show and that going on.
Photo show.
Grand Champ, shall I say. So there won't be an auction next week. It will be the following week when we're back on with the auctions.
Yeah, great. So the Grand Champion event, it is a come and join us event. It'll be kicking off. Shop will open at 10 as usual. Kick off about 11 with the judging and the announcing of who's won that, followed by Thibaut's workshop at 3. If you can make it, please come along. You really enjoy this. Workshop was excellent last time, wasn't it? It was really, really good. So hopefully we'll see many of you there. If you are coming on, then please let us know so that we can we know how many people we've got to cater for in terms of food and stuff like that.
So Craig gives us thumbs up. So I'm going to say going once with a proxy, twice with a proxy, 3 times, and that's sold with a proxy for 125.
Yeah. So that was Rob. What
Yeah,
was
the maximum was £151.
So there you go, Rob. You've got it 26 quid below your proxy bid. Thank you very much. Great stuff. Thanks everybody for joining us. Dek, well done. I know it's not easy for you being there by yourself.
No, I'll manage.
You nailed it. Yeah. So are we live streaming next week? It probably won't be live streamed. Hopefully we've got people there at the shop. We'll get something put up in the groups and the Facebook pages as we're doing it. Keith.
Yeah, I'll try to get round and get some videos so people can see what's actually going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. We will see you hopefully next week. If not, the week after for sure.
Yeah. Cheers.
Bye bye.